Everybody, welcome to my channel, Be Free Now with Maria. So today I want to talk about self-sabotaging, which is basically when we stop ourselves from doing what we want to do and not achieving our goals. And the fundamental reason why we do this is because there's a lack of self-worth. In other words, we don't think that we're worthy enough to achieve it, to complete it, to be able to do it. So what we end up doing is, right, fearing our own failures, we fear our own success, we then put other things first and we put ourselves last, and we don't make time for the things that we really want to do. So we'll say, for example, I'm going to start this new venture, this new project, whatever it is, and then we say to ourselves, I'm not good enough. But we do it subconsciously, right? So the conscious part of us is, I'm going to do this, right? And then subconsciously we believe something else, right? I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough. Or we'll start to even look at external reasons too, which is, I don't have enough money. And we start to create all these obstacles. But we believe something about ourselves, and that's what holds us back. And whatever it is, right, it's connected to a lack of self-worth. Like, we don't somehow possess what it is that we need to be able to do this thing that we want to do. So we want to take a look at, right, what's going on with this, because if not, we're going to be left procrastinating on a lot of things that we want to do. And then eventually getting more frustrated with ourselves because we're not achieving the things that we want to achieve. So procrastination, right, starts to feel really heavy and yucky. And even though at first it may seem like, we coming up with stuff that gives us a good reason to not be following through with what we want to follow through with, eventually we start to really feel uncomfortable with it. And we'll start to, if we're honest with ourselves, we'll start to see that there's something more going on. And again, this takes, a lot of honesty, because if we're just, and we got to slow ourselves down to pay attention to, right? It's not just honesty, but we do have to slow ourselves down. If we just keep on going and going on automatic pilot saying, I'm too busy, or I just, I can't, right now it's not a good time, and so forth, then we're not really, slowing ourselves down to pay attention. But when we are being honest with ourselves and slowing ourselves down and taking time to see what's going on here, why am I not accomplishing what I wanted to accomplish, right? What I said I wanted to accomplish, what's going on here? And one good way is to sit down and write down, what you said you were going to do, and then what you ended up doing, and how you felt. In each circumstance, like, in other words, how you felt when you said it, how you felt when you didn't do it, or when you explore the obstacle, right? And overall, how you're feeling. So just really tuning in to everything that's coming in when you're sitting down writing what is what you're doing on a daily basis, so that you can start to become more aware of a pattern, but also what's connected with the pattern, right? You're clear on the fact that, yeah, I've been saying I'm going to do something and not do it, but the why, right? What's going on? What could be attached to this? What are some of the beliefs, right, that you're holding, that's holding you back from following through on what you want to do, right? That keeps you spinning. And then, right, it's like, do I want to continue believing this about myself? And if not, then how can I start to shift this, right? Because we don't want to stay in a space that doesn't feel good to us. And we don't necessarily have to do a lot to start a shift. It could be just one thing, that we can do to start a shift. It's like, simple. I just got an image of, like, hand over my heart, closing my eyes and just saying something, kind to myself, or saying something uplifting, on a daily basis, right? So if you practice that on a daily basis, you're going to ground yourself, at least in your heart. You're going to hold yourself, and you're going to start shifting the tide. And like I said, it's not about starting big. It's about just starting with those small, simple things that lead to bigger things, right? But we got to start somewhere. And the other thing that I also want to factor into this is that I think it's important that we start to remember that we are made from something divine, and that we have a divine inheritance. We need to shift from thinking of ourselves as small and limited, and start to see that we're much more than just these physical bodies, and that we don't walk alone, that we have support, and we can ask for help. And what I mean about asking for help, it's a conversation with God. It's as simple as, God, I'm feeling stuck. I need help. I'm feeling heavy in my heart right now. I need some help. That's it. Something simple. It's just a remembering and a connecting. You can take it as far as you want to, but this is just a starting point. But it's about bringing yourselves back to knowing and believing something bigger about yourself than I'm not good enough, or that's for those kinds of people, but not for me. We're all in this together, and all of us are capable of doing it. We just need to believe in ourselves. Belief is your first thing. If you can't believe it, you can't achieve it. If you do believe it, you can achieve it. It's basically that simple. But I know it's not that simple, right? Because belief is something that is deep rooted, but we can start to connect with and explore some of our beliefs and start to shift from some of those beliefs and connect more with ourselves. So we have the power to make a shift. So before I go any further, or end this video, I want to pick a word from my bag of words to see what else I'm inspired to share. Oh, assertiveness. Interesting. So assertiveness is interesting because we want to be assertive with what we really want for ourselves. In other words, we don't want to close ourselves off. We want to step up. We want to step up for ourselves. We want to stop putting ourselves last. And like I said in the past, we don't necessarily stop taking care of our responsibilities, but putting ourselves last doesn't serve us. In other words, it's okay to go to work and it's okay to do something for fun, but it's also okay to make time for yourself. And that level of stepping up for ourselves allows us to then start creating shifts in the direction that we want to go in. It allows us to create the possibility of us becoming more assertive in the external, in all areas, right? But we want to start being assertive with our needs first. And then we're going to take that assertiveness outside of us. But we want to start it with our needs first. And if we have a need, the need to succeed in something, to feel better, to make more money, whatever it is, to create more loving relationships, whatever it is, that we step up for that, right? But in order to do that, we have to step up first within ourselves, right? Because our awareness is gonna then bring us to the next step. So we have to start there. So I hope that helps and that you have a beautiful day. Bye for now. And if you like this video and it helped you in some way, please give it a thumbs up. Bye now.